photographer Captain John Noel joined Colonel Howard Berry and Captain Bruce on the first British attempts to climb Mount Everest in 1921 and 1922. When he returned, the Royal Geographical Society made Captain Knowles' photographs of the trip into a lantern slideshow with an accompanying script. Captain C.E. Parkes purchased the slides and scripts from the Royal Geographical Society. He presented the slides as a public lecture, altering the script with his own notes. The film you're about to see uses parts of the original script and digital reproductions of the slides to tell the story of the expedition in the way it would have been shown to audiences through the magic of lantern slides.
Mount Everest. When surveyors discovered the mountain was over 29,000 feet high, the highest in the world, it became the climber's natural ambition to summit this majestic peak. We have now to tell the story of the 1922 expedition, led by General Bruce. Absent from this group, or rather behind the lens, is Captain John Noel, the expedition photographer. It was still winter in the high valleys, and bitter cold as they pitched camp beneath a high ridge to shelter from the glacier wind. Above Camp 2, it is no longer possible to continue. The slope is too steep, and a path must be found between the pinnacles and crevasses. On this route, it was said that you might suffer from frostbite and sunstroke at the same time, let alone snow blindness. But imagine ourselves on a rare, fine day, starting out with the first high-climbing party. It is a party of 4, Major Morshead, Mr. Mallory, Mr. Somerville, and Major Norton. The steep way up bare, icy rock would be a heavy grind at any altitude. And then a view westward over the top of the North Peak, and a sea of clouds below them. This was the highest photograph ever taken in 1922. Yet with the final ascent in their sights, the party came upon the track of an avalanche. As they neared the top, with a string of porters on the same rope, the whole slipped and carried away both parties. The first pulled up, but the second went over the ice cliff and was buried in the crevasse below. All but 1 porter were dug out in time, but 7 in all of the porter corps were lost during the expedition. So on the 10th of June 1922, we may picture the last men from Camp 3 setting off homewards, beaten but resolved to return, to attempt again until the mountain were conquered.
It was not until 31 years later, on the 29th of May 1953, that Sir Edmund Hillary and Nepalese Sherpa mountaineer Tenzing Norgay finally became the first climbers to reach the summit of Mount Everest.